screens. Oh, maybe I'm finally getting out of my, I don't know. Finally getting out of my term limit. Getting stuck here. This is probably not your normal title. So I used to be a dictator of galaxies, and now I'm doing community service. So I guess it's a message. I don't know. Some people in their incarnations, I know they feel like they're a bunch of badasses, but I don't know. There's always somebody would go lower than that. So anyway, I'm not gonna go into all the details of it, but yeah, you can. If you can take over a planet, that's saying something. But so I'm not allowed any of my memories. Most of my galactic memories have been shot. I'm just not allowed to know anything. So I'm just here in community service mode. Yeah, it's like you're in your jail cell lifetime where you just draw pictures of flowers and be good. So you'd be surprised. You watch everybody else live their life, and you get to just watch them live it, and you're just here to watch time go by. Yeah, you're basically serving your sentence, basically, for whatever you've done in previous incarnations, and you don't remember what they are either. It probably wasn't that great. But then again, you're also living lifetimes that nobody else wants. That sometimes you have to be you just have to have lifetimes that nobody wants, basically, to get anything done. So I don't know. It's just without going into all the details of it. So it's like taking over a planet. It's like because I'm doing some of these like animated movies, and it's am I writing about myself half the time? This especially the world takeover stuff. It's like I wanted to take you to take over a planet. I don't know, about 5 minutes. It's probably remembering some of that. So if it's more than 5 minutes, not worth it. Come back later when I'm not looking. So yeah, and that's a planet. So yeah, there's only, I don't know, like karmic incarnations. I don't know. It's just we don't always aware of what we did in previous lifetimes. I don't remember. I've been told by other people, but I'm not given. Sometimes it shows up here and there. But yeah, and you have to be nice and everything, and people who don't like nice people because for whatever reason they think they're cool or something like that. It's like, okay, whatever. Yeah, it's pretty sad. So anyway, yeah, and this world is obviously not the only game in town. I mean, maybe on a physical level. I mean, just that this is the reality people want right now. Obviously, there's other multiple realities, but this one, just the people here to see this is, I guess, I think this is the best place in town or something. I don't know they're just not very open-minded, obviously. So we're just here to live what the people want, basically. It's like, yeah, they don't go outside their comfort zone, and are just, some people do, obviously, but they keep hitting roadblocks, and some of us are just supposed to sit here and just deal with it. Whatever you want to come up with. I'm kind of being cryptic about a lot of stuff I'm saying here too. I'm not going into all the details. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be. I must be coming through something. Because I have a movie coming out with a rabbit, and that one might have been a little bit too much, maybe. At least the second one. The first one's kind of rough, and it might just be too much for some people. I guess they're not getting it half the time anyway. So anyway, I'm gonna get more of a lighter frequency out. So tomorrow will be revealing something a little bit more fun. I'm gonna do more of these experiments here. I've been doing stuff before, but we'll see. I think I'm allowed to do it finally. But this is coming up next. So it's a box man. So that's fun. So that's going to be it's a music video. And it might be a couple of those. I'm just playing around with the idea of it right now. I'm not sure if I'll channel anything. We'll see. Or just go into some of them. I can't go into memories. I don't remember anything. You're not supposed to because you're in community service mode. So assignments already comment private sessions and store here. It's my community service site. So yeah. So yeah, what do I remember? Or just well, so those of I don't know. It's hard to go into all the details, but yeah, you just have incarnation cycles where you just either you're part of you always think like somebody's worse, we have cartels here and all that. Some of us have incarnations like we're worse than a lot of them, or worse than all of them. So it's but then again, after a while, I guess it gets kind of old, like taking over planets, what's it, galaxies, whatever it is. And it can be good too. Like you take it over, but you treat everyone nicely, but still, it's still kind of like a dictatorship, kind of like Switzerland, is what I'm getting. Jeez. So yeah, and then there's you're like if you're a safe cracker, but then you go legit, but then when they need somebody, like there's a safe cracker out there they're trying to cops are trying to catch, they go to the jewel thief that's really good steal to catch a thief. Basically, it's like a thief that's really good at stealing, but then goes legit, and then the cops need him to find somebody. It's kind of like that. It's like you go legit, and then they need you for whatever reason. Like come to a world like this that's completely shut down, and it's living in La La Land, and just it's set in its ways as its corrupt politicians, same old, over and over and over. People put up with it, and they're mad, and it's the same old thing. Instead of just moving forward beyond that, they can't do it. Some of us could, but we're not allowed to do anything. We're just here to sit here and put up with it, because that's where society is. So you wonder why things are not moving, because society is not moving. I mean, some people are, but it's not majority. Majority just sitting there. They're just not doing anything. They're just really not doing anything. They're just sitting there. Gosh, shit, what the hell is that? And usually I don't see stuff like that. But so, anyways, some of us is incarnate. I believe other people feel this. They feel like they can do more here, but they can't do anything. That might be for different reasons. Doesn't mean that you're here like on prison sentence or anything like that. Like you're not in community, so you're just here for whatever reason. But some are here on like literally like you're in community service, you like it or not. It's like, and it's kind of like a jail. I think they say it's not a jail, but it actually is. It is. So yeah, but you just have to serve your turn. And it can be 20 years, it can be 40 years, it can be for I don't know how long it can be. So yeah. Anyway, most people can't relate to that because they haven't been through it. They think they're a badass and all this. And they look at your incarnation rap sheet. It's like, oh, what the fuck? So yeah, and it's funny how so many people here feel like you just want to be treated badly or want the bad person and all that. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. It's like yeah, you really want to go there. It's like I don't go there, but it's sad. It's just I don't know. It's like a wannabe planet, basically. It's like a world that thinks it wants to be a badass, but then it can't handle it. It can't handle its decisions when it does it. So whatever. It acts tough, but it's really kind of a joke. But anyway. That's my experience. Anyway, I'm not allowed to remember my past lives or anything, so you just have to go with the flow of this reality. So anyway, just the way it is. Dictator. I guess I can channel some of that. Whatever. This will be an aspect of it. It is kind of cryptic. How I'm going through it. Things have to change a lot for me to go more into detail, but I'm surprised I'm getting this far actually. So yeah, so like for example, like a world getting taken over and then being sold for parts, let's put it that way. like taking some like literally. That's in one of the movies I'm making, and maybe that kind of made some energetically somebody mad. That's going to be in one of the films I'm coming out with. I feel like I crossed the line somewhere with that, but anyway, because it might be a little bit heavy for some people. It's for me, it's no big deal. But for others, it might be, it's like I'm not quite there yet, or anyway, whatever. But anyway, it's like, so I just go, so how you take over the planet, I'm not going into that, but like, say if you take over a world in 5 minutes or less, and you move it somewhere else, and then you loot it, and you sell it off for parts or whatever, and you just leave it and once you're done, you just leave it wherever it is. Almost like the planet is almost like a moon at that point, because the resources have been depleted so much. Probably I've done that at some point, maybe many times. Think about a planet doing that with. So something like Jupiter. Of course, that's more fourth dimension energies, but there's resources that we just can't see here in the physical. So imagine grabbing something like that and moving that sucker around. And obviously we just see it as a gas plant, but on other levels, there's other stuff there. And try telling that to a human here. I mean, humans here, what is the excitement? It's like football or the politics, watching basketball. Can somebody throw a ball? And that's it. It's very simple energy here. Just throwing a ball and someone catches it and runs, and that's about it here. Jeez, it is kind of like jail when you think about it. When you know you can do more than that, but that's beyond, whatever. And but that's when you get destructive, I guess, whatever. But you can use it for good too. But anyway, it just shows a simple mindedness that's here. Nothing against it. You can do whatever you want. All right? It just shows you the mindset that's here. So, which is not a bad thing, because it's harmless really when it comes down to it. If you're into watching sports where it's so simplistic, that's good. That keeps people out of trouble. So anyway, so yeah, it kind of gives you a glimpse of that. I'm being really cryptic about this too. Going to Dictator, just community service. I don't know, just whatever. Let's connect to Astral and see what it has to say. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of wannabes here. That's for damn sure. Whatever. So anyway, some people have a line they won't cross, and some of us been crossing that line like it's you run out of lines to cross. You cross everything. So you might see some of these the cartels and all that. Yeah, it's like when you're at a higher, different level, and you see that's no big deal. Who cares? There's nobody's. That's pretty bad. When you've been like in a lot of times, it's just like but you get respect too, sort of. You can't trust anybody either. So anyway, it's not what it's cracked up to be. So anyway, that's on a galactic level. So yeah, you can even make the reptilians look bad. Like reptilians look like they're all that, and we can't even give them a bad rap. They think they're the badasses of the universe, and just show them up basically. You're like some kind of mutant creature thing. They don't even know what the hell you are. So some kind of super creature hybrid, whatever the hell it is. So I'm not sure if there's even a word for it. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. All right. Like I said, this is all cryptic, but anyway. Okay. All right. Let's see what we get from that. And all right, blessings. Greetings. Ever from higher astral, also from higher universe or higher self. So beings that come from other universes come to this world or this universe and do as they please. And yeah, they move things around, planets, nebulas, whatever. They don't care. They just some of them are kind of like thugs. They're not necessarily reptilian. They might take a reptilian form because that's what works here. It's like a uniform. Well, let's just say environments here. They have to change with the environment. And so like a reptilian skin or avatar works, but there can also there's other archon energies that can connect to also. for their overall look. And there's not really a word for it or a name. They might give it a name depending. Some of that's a human. Well, it can't always be mentioned here human wise. Some of these names can't even be. They don't even want it mentioned like ever. They don't want any. That's how you can manifest it here, but it's just that it's like there are certain energies that are just not welcome here, because they've caused a lot of trouble in the past. But they caused a lot of worlds to be created, such as this one. Different galactic wars that people cannot remember. Yeah, a lot of worlds that were sacrificed to create this planet. This world you can say is a casualty of war. And it's also this world is healing karmic beings that they're just not able to handle their darkness. So this world is just kind of like not necessarily a prison, but it's like a sanctuary. It is closed in. Or those that are dealing with a lot of their darkness, they can't get out and go cause trouble other places. It's kind of like a rehab center to some level. It depends on how you look at it. It's a kind of like a psych ward. There's different ways of looking at it, but the beings here can't. I mean, energetically can go, but even energetically can only go so far too. It's just that this universe has been through what to create it, to bring it to where it is. It had to go through a process. Of course, probably remember, but the universe itself in its own creation had to go through, say, war. It came through other processes. Like the universe created itself, but there's a lot of histories to get to that. Like you have continent, like you have civilizations here. It came through bloodshed. You could say it doesn't always have to come through that, but some are just like you have a grassland and you have things out, and this is but there are places, there are star systems that have been through a lot. Well, because they have resources that can be used for different means, for travel, for whatever, magic, whatever it is. And those planets get looted. And then, there's scavenger beings that come here and cause trouble. And then they don't realize they're causing trouble. They're just coming to do whatever they feel like. And then there's, you say galactics, and so you can't do that. And say, why not? And then you have a war, and then it goes on forever, and it goes on for thousands of years, or whatever you want to call it, or whatever your years or millions of years. And with that creates worlds like yours. And yes, some are still going through the traumas of a lot of that. Don't even remember. They're stuck in other different parallel realities. And they might think it's one thing, but it's actually another. And it might be more deep than they ever realize. So, and some of you play both sides. Sometimes you play the villain, and sometimes you play the good guy, whatever it is. But there's still a lot of trauma that goes into it. Part of creation, part of this world being brought into your world. So this world is just healing. It's healing portions of the universe of what it's been through to create what it did. And of course, here it's not like any rehab center. It's closed in. You can't. I mean, energetically, you can go somewhere, but obviously, physically, it's not quite ready to be introduced to the universe as much as it thinks it is. And you can say that all day long. And, it's like the patients in the psych ward. Doesn't mean everyone's at that level, but some are. Some are really out there. They're just always asking why they can't go out, because you're here for a reason. So it's tough. It's not always, I don't have people walk around in white robes telling you what to do and all that, but there is a healing factor here. And others incarnate here to populate the planet just for the healing process also. Sports, whatever it is, keep things simple, as those that have caused trouble or have not, or just those that have been through a lot of traumas that weren't like defending, or maybe went too far, trying to help others and went too far with that. And they're still going through the trauma. And sometimes they think they're the bad guy, and they're not always. They've been through so much, they can't release it. They have all these vices, drug addictions, and so on. So it's not all being revealed here. You get pieces of it. You just make it through your life and don't worry about it. But on a higher level, it'll be brought to you. And it's heavy, though. Not everyone's been through extreme traumas throughout you. Some have. And it's just everyone has their own process. Sometimes you just view like what's happening in the universe. Even that's too much. Just feeling the effects with your family and all that. And coming here, and sometimes you get back to others I've been through, different traumas throughout the universe. So it's just not mentioned much, and probably never will be. Oh, you'll get pieces here and there. Most are not ready for it, don't want to hear it, they're just not there. Some can pick up on certain aspects of it. So